Virgo, good morning, how are you? So for a start we do a load of channeling and then we kind of we explain as we go on, but we channel a load of stuff on paper and then we have a few cards to go through. But for a start I keep hearing like brain fog or William, the name Will, or brain fog or foggy, like frog. Something to do with frogs at a pond, something to do with where you might be walking around a lake or from the Lake District or Peak District and you're going like newting frogs, ducks and I don't know, you could be going on a trip walking. They keep saying something to do around like wildlife. So Paul McCartney, so what was her name? Paul? Or Pauline, Jolie, Jodie. Okay, but we're going for a walk around a pond where there are like ducks and frogs and all that kind of stuff, like frog spawn. I don't know why they're coming up with that one. So basically you might be going for a walk somewhere. It has come up in past readings where we're going around we're walking around a pond, blah blah blah, and there's a big lake somewhere and you go for walks and you get a load of cardio in, so you might be like on I don't know, a Fitbit or something like that, and you're trying to like lose weight or just get fit, going on runs or walks, and you seem to be going around and around in circles around this pond where there are ducks and all that sort of stuff. I know it's very peculiar. If you followed me for a while, I am very peculiar. So that's the only thing I can work out of what fog could be. Now, it could be brain fog where you might have slight condition of bipolar. Okay, some sort of like, I can't think very clearly at the moment, I'm very foggy. Okay, which means that I'm probably grieving over something, or I'm kind of like trying to come to terms with something, and at the moment I'm maybe going to the doctors and that kind of stuff in order to look into depression, bipolar, not ADHD, but just sort of like brain fog. I can't seem to think very clearly at the moment. I can't seem to see my way through it. Okay, so your message seems to be about getting out. Okay, probably not isolating yourself so much and kind of like getting a lot of fresh air, walking around ponds where there are wildlife, maybe going to a zoo. I'm also hearing like, because that was Paul McCartney Wildlife, animals in the zoo. So they're saying that you might be going to a zoo, okay, a zookeeper or something like that, or Zooland or Iceland. Some of you might be going to Iceland, okay, or you go to the shop that is in Britain called Iceland, where, okay, so this sounds a lot like me. Believe it or not, my girlfriend has a lot of Virgo in her chart. Like Iceland. So in Iceland, okay, there's a shop here called Iceland, and they obviously do a load of things in freezers, okay. You can buy products of losing weight. If you're on a diet like myself, you can buy ready meals that are kind of basically like, it says 350 calories to 400 calories per set meal, basically, and if you don't have time like I do in order to cook, then you basically just bung it in the microwave for 8 minutes, shake it about, put it back in microwave for 8 minutes, and then you've got a ready set meal that pretty much tells you. So some of you, okay, I'm just going to have to go with the truth here, some of you could be looking into apps and stuff like that you've got on a phone, and it could be calorie counting, and you scan the code of what it is, and it says, okay, this is what the product is that you've scanned, okay, this is how many calories it is, would you like to add it to a meal plan? And you add it to your meal plan and it says, okay, you have consumed 380 calories today, so on and so forth, and then you kind of go on to the next bit, and then you're kind of like, oh, I'm really getting into this, so now we can go for a walk around this pond, blah blah blah. Okay, this relating to any of you? Well, it's relating to me, so it really could relate to you, I don't know, but it could be your relatives, okay. So then you're kind of like, okay, now I need to start incorporating some kind of like walking and stuff like that. So I've got the calorie counting bit done, I'm looking at my phone all the time, I'm bar scanning and coding loads of stuff here, and then I'm also encoding or coding, like computer analysing or just breaking down matrix code like I do, okay. So like channeling and stuff like that, okay, for some of you. But what they're saying is that you might be scanning a load of barcodes, so you could even work in a shop here. You could work in Iceland, Tesco's, wherever it is in America, and you work and you're like, okay, just scan this quality control. For a lot of you, some of you are looking at like quality, not quantity. So, okay, so how much am I eating? How much am I consuming? Like consumer marketing around food is what they're saying. Majority of your messages at the moment, Virgo. If you've just found the channel, don't worry, I am slightly strange. You have to give me a few minutes to get channeling to see what it is that they're giving you, and this is what I give to you on YouTube, but I'll explain about the process of card reading very soon. please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit all the necessary stuff. So, dieting. Dietary fibre is also what I'm hearing, fibre. So some of you, fibre optic, I don't know what that is, fibre optics, Optrex or Optrix. Some of you might be having eye drops in the eye, something like that, or you've got dry eye like I do. So actually, it's really sounding like myself, sorry. But what's that called? Opticrom. That's what I use for dry eye and allergies. So, okay, so what they're saying to me is that the majority of your channeled messages are around dieting, scanning barcodes, looking at your food consumption of what you're eating, and all. I mean, you could even do this for a living, and you're one of these people that actually tell people what to eat, what to have, and you're like a doctor practitioner of health, okay? But like, what it seems to me is that you're scanning all of this kind of stuff, okay? You're looking into like calorie counting and stuff, okay? Joining a calorie deficit diet or whatever it is, whatever diet it is that suits you, okay? Going for a walk around this pond where these ducks and all these kind of things are, okay? And then probably realising that when you get there that you're suffering through allergies because of all the trees and the grass and everything else, and then you might be needing to use this when you get back. So, and if it isn't you, then it could well be your partner. But like Alika, I'm hearing Alika or Erica or someone from America, but that's the majority of you. So what we're looking, I'm not drawing, sorry. If you didn't know, I also do a load of remote viewing as well, and we see if there are any kind of like hieroglyphic pictures that come out through whatever it is I start to channel, start to talk, waste a little bit of your time, give you some channel messages, and then if I can see anything in the picture, it may relate something to you. There was a big one that came out yesterday, which was a boy sitting at a desk, and that was very much me. Okay, so it can be yourselves that are doing certain things within pictures. Some of you might be going to the pictures and you might be watching like Watchmen. I'm hearing Watchmen or a watch. Some of you might be looking at your watch. It could be it's all about health, Virgo. Like a Fitbit or a watch or an app on your phone, and I keep looking at my watch to see if I've lost any calories or how many miles that I've run or walked. And it's kind of like I'm trying to keep up track, like a track and trace system. So then Tracy or Dick or Richard, okay? But like I'm trying to like a track and trace system. I don't know if it would be around COVID. My sister's actually just caught COVID yesterday. Everybody's caught fucking COVID. So I don't know if it's like track and trace system around COVID and you're travelling to places and you got to go for a check of that, but I really don't think so. What else are we getting for Virgo, please, Spirit Virgo? So let's have a look at brain fog. So for some of you, it might be like this spiral energy, this spiral tap, spinal tap, something about music and mixing and mastering like myself, okay? A Kaya MPC 61 key. So you might be doing mixing and mastering. So that's 10 up to 11. So 11 would be a 2. So you could be dealing with like a Libra person somewhere. Your stuff here will be different than your channel messages. So you could be dealing with like a Libra somewhere, okay? So that would also be consumer marketing, buying and selling, okay? Selling products, buying it, you know. So what they're saying is like spinal tap. So I don't know if... Fuck it. Sorry, Virgo. Sorry, because when I'm a tarot card reader... Right, I channel a load of stuff, and when that really does sound like me, it sounds like what my partner would be watching it for stuff that I'm going through. So I'm sorry if I'm like saying, oh, hold on a minute, that really does sound like my own. Okay, so I have like a really bad problem with my back, right? Okay, and I'm really overweight, and my dear old God bless Dad, when he was here, used to say to me, son, it is not your back, it's your front. As soon as you lose your front, your back will be okay. You just need to, don't concentrate on your back, concentrate on your front, basically. Okay, so I suffer through my spine. It really does fucking hurt because of me being overweight. So I find it very difficult to walk. Okay, very difficult to walk because I get sciatica. My pain starts in the back here. It digs in, and I only have to be walking for like 3 or 4 minutes before my back is kind of giving away. I'm leaning over and I'm having to stop, not because I'm out of breath, but because of the pain that I suffer through with my back. So some of you, it could be you or your partner or people around you that are all like health kind of like concerned looking, feeling about going to the gym, like, you know, this sort of stuff. And I've actually just come up against that I've found this morning, miraculously, on Facebook, that I've been talking to my girlfriend about. It's called the Bionic Gym. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of it. I know a lot of you can say, oh, it's a gimmick. But it actually really does look like it works. Okay, you strap it around your thighs and your legs, okay, and you turn it on, and it jitters like this, and you can sit down and you can do it, okay, but it kind of like makes you shiver. And the natural body, the way it was invented, is that when we shiver, okay, when we're really cold, it makes a shiver, which makes our heart rate go up, okay, which makes us sweat and warm so we don't freeze to death. That is a natural bodily function. When we're cold, we do that, okay, it gets our heart rate going, starts to make us warmer so we don't freeze to death as soon. Okay, so obviously they invented this product that you slap around your legs and it makes you shiver, and then you add the intensity, and then obviously it makes you sweat, and then it makes your heart rate go up. And if you've got a Fitbit, that's pretty much like getting yourself on that rung of being able to do exercise without the pain in your back. So that is something I'm hopefully going to be looking into myself. I haven't bought it yet, but the messages are here all the same, because what your messages are really nothing to do with around your love life. It just seems to be around health and fitness and a Fitbit, and like going for walks around ponds and lakes and ducks, and maybe a zoo visit, and you're going for a walk around a zoo, so you might see the lions there, so you could be dealing with a Leo or an Aquarian, okay. And then you're using maybe Optrex, something to do with around the eye, like a cataract, or the name cat, might be a Leo, but something to do with the eye, okay, so like I said, that could be Felix, but like something to do with the eye, so you might be, like I said, you could be using Optrex, kind of whatever it is, in order to get rid of hay fever, allergies, and then you've got fitness, and then you've got Fitbit message, and you've got this. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I've set off a chain and you're kind of like, oh, that sounds good, Steve, I might look into it. It's called the Bionic Gym. Okay, so if any of you want to fund that, I'll actually do it on the vlog and let you see it when I'm doing it. If you don't worry about it, because I'm probably going to get one anyway. But if you are interested in my weight loss journey, when I get this Fit Tracker fucking Fitbit thing, this Bionic Gym, follow our vlog and I'll show you when I'm fucking jittering and doing all the Mr. Grimsdale when I'm doing all that, right? So I'm going to leave it at that, Virgo, because I'm really not coming out with anything to do with much apart from focusing on health and well-being and all of that kind of stuff, and consuming of what I'm taking, what I'm eating, tracking my every movement. Okay, so do you have someone that tracks your whole movement? We've been coming up through the readings where it's to do with around a mother, okay, that tracks people's movements, basically not via an app, unless you are doing, but more on the case of like when you walk out the door, I want to know when you're going, what time you're coming home, who you're talking to, someone that digs into loads of other people's information. They're more concerned about other people's information than their own, and then it's kind of like, when are you coming back, what time, how long will you be, blah, 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 did you come out the toilet this morning, how long was your shit, was it very good, did you have peanuts or anything in it? There's that one, but then a very strange message seems to be coming through about looking at blood-related stuff to see if you're allergic to, like, peanuts or allergies, because they're saying allergies. So it might be where you might be having a blood test to see if you are allergic to something. I don't know if you're having, like, an allergic reaction or it's a chain reaction. Okay, so Diana or Diana Ross. So anybody that's called Ross or begins with R or D, but Diana or Dana, okay, and like I said, you might be looking into, I know in Britain sometimes when you're allergic to like tree bark and like anaesthetic, whatever, okay, you can have like, they'll prick you here and they say, okay, you're allergic to this, like dog hair, cat hair, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if you're getting any kind of like allergic reaction to something, you might be like tested on something. Like, we're going to have to put you through a test first to see if you're okay. Like, you know, you might be, like I said, it could be mental health and things like this. It might be visits to the doctors. It might be okay if you want to buy something like I want, this fitness like thing, this bionic gym. It might be where they end up saying to me, look, you're going to go to the doctors first to see if you're okay, if your heart rate's okay, because obviously it makes your heart rate go up. So it might be like this, where you end up talking to a doctor or something, some part of this week or next week, and it's to do with around allergies and fitness and health, okay, and that you end up saying to them about your heart rate and that you might be considering doing a certain diet or whatnot, and you speak to a person like a dietitian or something like this, and am I fit enough in order to use this product, or do I have an allergic reaction to like tablets that I'm taking, and is it working? Funnily enough, I actually see another one on there as well when I was looking into dieting. It was about that expansion pill that you guys have, I think, in America, where you put it in water, okay, and you drink so much water, and then it expands in your stomach, and it's a fiber gel or whatever it is, and you put it into water, and it kind of bloats your stomach up, and it goes through your internal tract, and it actually helps you kind of like pass quite, you know, if you're having a number 2 with a Libra, but if you're having a number 2, it kind of like clears out your digestive system and so on and so forth, and it's supposed to, when you drink a certain amount of water with these tablets, expand your stomach and half an hour before you eat. So it might be something like that you're looking into, right? But whatever it is, it seems to be health related tablets, apps, fitness apps, and all of this kind of stuff, right? Abs. Say something to do with Abby or Abigail or Abba. That's me. But like, yeah, like abs, or like this, like I said, it might be where you're doing one of these things, but this one doesn't go on your stomach, where it shakes and you get abs, or you get fit by something that you're doing, okay? So I'm hearing abs or Abigail are working on your abs, so you could be, like I said, you could be naturally really fit, and that you're working on your stomach muscle, and you're kind of like doing sit-ups and all those kind of things, right? Very bizarre, I know, Virgo, but that's your message. That's what a psychic can see in the future for you. Health concerns, right? You might not even be concerned about your love life. That could be going really well, okay? You're just more concerned about your health and working on you, okay? Your look and how I am and how do I feel, okay? Trying to build up your energy level, okay? That's a good thing about this bionic gym that I noticed. It's not really just about like losing weight. It's really about getting your energy level going. So when your energy level's up, you're obviously sweating, your endorphins are running, it'll actually give you more energy, and people are saying that it's health benefit because of the energy that they're having, because they're not just not doing anything, okay, and that they're also being able to sleep better because of the endorphins that are kind of kicking off, to say that I'm proactive instead of just like sluggish and not doing anything, like what I do because I work from home, okay. But also if you're in pain, something like that is also very good to look into. So if you guys want to look into it, it's called the Bionic Gym. Okay. So anyway, so let's see. So we're looking at the moment after. These are normally really just for, I do tarot readings now really for people that are on Patron. But let's give you a moment after and let's concentrate. Virgo. Can you tell me what's been going on with Virgo, please? What has been going on with Virgo? So, 8 of Wands, you could be dealing with you're chasing the dragon, you could be a year of a dragon like myself, okay, but you, these are really like glittery, these ones, so it's hard for you to see, but yeah, chasing the dragon, but basically Leo or an Aquarius, talking, communicating, going out, travelling quite a lot, maybe walking, maybe talking a lot about these channeled messages that you've been going on, okay, this is also tracking, okay. So some of you might be, you're right, Michelle, working in a vape shop, or you might be vaping and doing this kind of stuff, right? Clouds of vapour, okay, or Claudia. There's someone that I know that works in a vape shop that is a Virgo as well. Well, her husband does, he's a Libra. So that's vaping and all this kind of stuff, maybe trying to stop smoking for a lot of you. If you're taking heroin, then maybe trying to stop chasing the dragon, okay? But for a lot of you, there's a lot of communication, a lot of travel, and a lot of like fitness talking and this kind of thing. This would also be like tracking a movement of Fitbit as well, like on my watch, on my app, this kind of stuff, and like tracking movements of like going around and around in circles. That would pretty much be a dragon. So you're pretty much kind of like walking in circles, really, is what I'm picking up. Okay, so that's fitness there. But definitely communicating with your partner, have been pretty much been thinking about like fitness and all that sort of stuff, right? Virgo, what's been going on with Virgo? So 8 of Cups, someone's just basically just drinking their life away. You got 2 8s, Aquarian and Leo, very much so here. Okay, so the moment after is kind of like where you're just standing still, finding it very difficult in order to get motivated. So this is probably why your future predictions are saying, look, I really need to get moving, I really need to start doing something, or your partner does. But basically there is someone that's just been standing still. So your messages are basically, I've been doing nothing, I'm lacking in motivation, I really do need to get started with something, and I've probably been studying certain things that are going to raise my energy levels, and it really could be to do with around me smoking, eating, anything that I've been consuming, okay, and that I really need to start looking more at that, because that might start to raise my energy level. And it, like I said, it might be because you've not been going out walking, or your partner's not been walking very far and you've not really been doing anything. This is kind of like staying at home, a home mum or home work, okay, and I've been studying, doing homework on something. But it also might be like someone that works from home, okay, and because they do, they find it very difficult in order to get motivated to go out. Now, what I'm also picking up here, if you or your partner has their own business and they work from home, there's an energy here of a person needing to motivate themselves, is what I always say to everybody. Everybody thinks that when you work for yourself, it's much easier than what it is working for someone else. Not when you look for motivation, it isn't, no. Because a lot of the times you can just think, fuck it, I really can't be bothered. And to motivate yourself takes a hell of a lot more when you know that you have to go into work. Okay, when you work for yourself, you kind of like, oh, I've really got to get up and start doing something, and there's no time bracket to when or where, and time just goes, because you're not following time by someone else saying, okay, you've got to be on time, you've got to be here at this time, you finish at this time, you blah blah blah. When you work for yourself, time is non-existent. Okay, so you can really just get lost in realizing that you haven't gone out in quite some time, you haven't like probably spoke to any friends, you could have well isolated yourself away quite a bit for a lot of you, and it might be where you're kind of like, right, let's get busy and let's start doing something, and let's think about the future prediction of what Steve's just said about going out, going for walks, getting fit, that kind of stuff, thinking about my energy level, maybe trying to stop smoking if that's been bothering me, and realizing that I need to start thinking about my lungs and breathing, that kind of stuff, right? Some of you here, you might be considering or have been considering about breeding, which is about a bye-bye, Jenny. Okay, or Jen, you're right, Jen. But like, but like breeding something, okay? Breeding or breastfeeding for a lot of you. I don't know what that is. So there's that milk, lemonade, round the corners, chocolate aid, yay. Adrian. Let's see. Lee, Laura, Lucy, Lucifer. Let's see, Lee. Seely. Some of you might be going somewhere where there are like sea lions, or lion. Leo. I mean, is it like you're actually going to a resort somewhere where there are like dolphins and sea lions? Actually came up where I said there was a dolphin. Okay, a dolphin in one of the readings. Okay, was it here? No, it's not yours. It's over there. Hold on a minute, because this is kind of relating to something. I said a dolphin, I think it was. Was it that one? I don't know. There was another drawing where I said it looks like a dolphin. It's not that one. But yeah, I'm picking up like sea lions or dolphins, or like the Sea Lion Centre, or like a bird sanctuary or something, where there's like, let's go to the Sea Life Centre. I don't know, but if not, it might be like a zoo where they do like sharks or like lions or fuck knows, but I'm picking it up. Yeah. Animals in the zoo. Yeah, so you might be, I mean, I don't know, are your children, like, have you got kids and they're on holiday and they're like begging to go somewhere where there's like, you know, activity? Well, I mean, they don't have to be kids. I mean, I'd go to a zoo. Let's see, Virgo. But I am picking up like I need to entertain my kids. I mean, let's entertain you. Is it Robbie? But like, how can I entertain you? So it's like thinking about where to go, basically, for a lot of you. You've probably been contemplating and thinking, okay, we've been here, we've been there, we've been here, we've done this, we've done that. Is there anywhere else that we can go? Okay, and like travelling and thinking, we could probably go here and do like a picnic or like a zoo maybe, instead of let's just do something that we haven't done before. Okay, so that's just probably people that are, you know, generally living. Okay, and you're like, I've done this so many times, like, let's just go somewhere different. Okay, let's try a zoo, for instance, right, or a country park. But that has come up as a general message for a lot of people in different readings. This is not just your normal generic, let's concentrate on our love lives all the time. It's called a psychic that pretty much reads your life inside and out. So, I don't know, is this person inside and they want visits to the prison or something like that? Or someone needs like visitation rights in order to go here? Okay, I need to have rights. You don't have the right to the house or the deeds to the house. Housey, Christina. But like, do you have some of this is like paying off rent, mortgage and bills. But I keep hearing for a lot of you don't have the right in order to come here. Someone keeps stopping. As I said, it's like a life path 4, and as you're a Scorpio, someone like won't allow someone over to their house to say, no, you're not coming over here. Okay, you're not coming over here. We don't want you over here. So this is in the past, don't forget. So it might be families, like it might be you or your partner, and like families don't really get on with you or your partner, and they say, no, you're not coming, like, you know. So it's kind of like, look, can you come over or can they come over? And it's like, no, we don't want them. We want them to stay where they are. They're not invited. If your name's not down, you're not coming in. So it might be someone that wasn't invited to could be a wedding or something like that, but someone here wasn't invited to a wedding. Because I'm hearing like arranging and planning, and I don't think it was you. I think something that was going on with this 4 of Wands, where someone could have, like, it could have been 4 weddings and a funeral that we came up with the last lot of readings. I said 4 weddings and a funeral. And whatever it is that seems to have gone on in the past, it was where someone wasn't invited, okay, and they pretty much got word by someone that said, okay, what's going on? This could be like multimedia. Okay, and what's been going on? Well, you're not invited. If your name's not down, you're not on the list. So if you're not on the list, you can't have it or you can't come. So it's a little bit like that, what seems to have gone on. Now, I don't know if this was a wedding or a funeral or something, but if it wasn't anything to do with that, it's pretty much where families or people are like, no, we don't want you here. You're not invited here. Okay, you can't come here. Now, if you've got kids and you've got like a previous marriage with an ex-narcissist, which majority of you have, if you have, then it's kind of like you can come with the kids, but like the kids can come, but you can't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to stay at home, the kids can come, but there's no go between. Like, you know, can they come over? No. Can they come over tomorrow? No. Can I come? No. It's a little bit like that. This could be a 4 of Pentacles as well, like blocked energy. Can they come? No. Are they listening? No. Is there any way of I can communicate with you? No. You know, does your family like me? No. Are they odd one out? Yes. You know, it's kind of like that. Someone trying to rule the roost in order to say who can come and who can't. Okay, so there, like I said, there really could be. Y'all can't see the table here. There really could have been family arguments that have been kind of going around this 4 weddings and a funeral, or in-laws and outlaws, or Laura, in-laws and outlaws trying to get on with one another, like, you know, because it's this kind of like, oh, I can't even be bothered to fight. I don't even want to go, like, this kind of energy, like, I can't even be bothered anyway. So it's kind of like, well, you can't come, and it's like, well, to be quite honest with you, I don't really give a fuck. Like, you know, I'm not bothered. I'd rather just stay here anyway. Okay, so you go, you do you, and I'll do me, but I'm really not bothered whether I go or stay. So it's up to you. I'm quite content just sitting here with this cup of fox piss in my cup and just drink that away. So it's kind of like that, do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it is what it is, Virgo. Anyway, that's a little bit of a flavour of what Steve does when he channels and does a tarot card reading. If you would like your weekly reading, okay, and see what is coming up for your week and giving you a heads up, you might want to join my Patreon that helps me support living and breathing and shitting and everything else. And it's very good. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. any like, share, comment, subscription. If you do go to Patreon, it will only be on the full access bundle where you get weeklies and monthlies. Okay, and we will be looking into the Rider-Waite and doing you a proper reading for the week, and then we'll be clarifying them with in the shadows, hidden messages of other cards that I have that give you the vibration of message that comes from a specific star sign or person. We kind of generally get some kind of feedback through that, and then we do more cards and clarify everything with a Rider-Waite, and it gives you a little bit of longer and a better reading. Okay, so if you would like that, it will only be on the full access bundle. It tells you all below. If you'd also like to join my teaching tier, which I should hopefully tomorrow, because I've got some stuff on today, is do another teaching tier. So I try to get out at least 4 per month of teaching videos that are about an hour long. Okay, but eventually they will all add up because there's 30 over there at the moment. Okay, and each month I try to add at least 4 videos that are teaching. So you're going to have to give me a moment, because I also do personal readings, I also do the teaching, I also do this, so you're going to have to stick in there with me. But if you want to join, it's all there. It tells you all about it below, where it's about reading cards, reading people, energy, scribing, all this sort of stuff, and the leading up teaching towards that. Okay, but it's all there if you want to take a look or take a gander, bruv. Anyway, thanks very much. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you soon.